right, let's hit the field.
It is Saturday, April 19th, and it was Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Yankees and the Rays from Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Yankees were trying to make it 6 wins in a row, but they faced an uphill battle against Shane Baz. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Wow. Well, I think it's fair to say that Yankees fans are getting fed up with Devin Williams, who had another meltdown today and flushed the Yankees' winning streak. Four-run lead entering the bottom of the ninth, and he could not hold it. And you really have to start thinking about now whether he's a good fit for New York. I know it's early. I get that. But I'm not the only one who notices this. We had some calls about it. His body language is trash.
Hey, D. Great show. This guy Williams just seems uninterested. His body language, it just rubs me the wrong way. Blowing this, he doesn't seem to give a damn. He doesn't seem to give a goddamn damn.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, I could tell when Oswaldo made that error that Williams at that point lost all confidence. It's like he's got a very similar thing about him as Rodon, where if something goes wrong, he's going to implode. Very, very tough game. This was a long, grueling game. A lot of pitches out of the strike zone. Yankees defense was good at times, but a big error in a big spot. You know, Trent Grisham had a good day, not only the home run, but he made an outstanding catch to save some runs. Ben Rice got hit by 2 pitches. He had to go for X-rays. They were negative. After the game on Wednesday night, I previewed this series, and I told you guys that today was the day I was most worried about, but it was the starting pitching that worried me, because Shane Baz is a hell of a pitcher. Even after today, where he gave up 5 runs, he got a 3.22 ERA. It was even lower coming into this game. And Carrasco, I mean, you know, he'll pitch a nice game once in a while, but he is not a good pitcher. He's over the hill. He's old. He's got a 6.53 so far. And so the Yankees were going to be facing an uphill battle. And luckily, they got out to a nice lead. They led, 6-1? Or no, 6-4 at one point. They led 4-1. They blew that. And then they led 6-4. And then they led 8-4. And they blew that. And ultimately lost 10-8. Just looking at the box score here. Just a miserable, brutal loss for the Yankees. This one is going to sting.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
21 games in. 21 games in. Two Goofball says he only made 1 or 2 mistakes. That's a good comment. TJ Nolan says, is Volpe ever going to hit the fastball again? He looks bad. I was saying to my buddy today, he needs to go to a lighter bat, I think. I mean, he looks like he's having a tough time getting the bat around on the fastball. You know, this is a guy who last year, he had a big hit against Clase on like a 100-mile-an-hour pitch. He's not catching up to it this year. Just absolutely brutal day for the Yankees. Now, they did get a couple of runs in the first inning. Rice got plunked. Judge had a soft single. Terrific 9-pitch at bat from Austin Wells. Had an infield single. And then Caballero, just one of the most unbelievable plays I've ever seen from a shortstop. Knocked down a rocket from Goldie. Flipped the ball between his legs out of necessity and efficiency. And they were able to turn 2. Sometimes you got to tip your hat. I mean, that was just a great play. Oswaldo did make a nice play to end the bottom half. And, I mean, the defense, for the most part, has been great in this series. Cody Bellinger sliding the cutoff balls in the outfield. Trent Grisham running down everything. The perfect relay throws from Grisham and Volpe yesterday. Wells threw some guys out. I mean, Judge with the throw from right. But, you know, you got to combine it with some decent pitching, too. Second inning, Trent Grisham was handing out the free, all expenses paid, all-inclusive, no reservations needed, 5-star Michelin-certified mustache rides. His 5th home run of the season. Just a hell of a swing from him. DJ says, would have preferred to have Rice or Dominguez in the ninth. Well, Rice was out of the game because he got hurt. What are you going to do? And Bellinger was hitting over Dominguez, and Bellinger's an MVP. You can't complain about that. I'm sorry. I appreciate the super chat, but we're grasping at straws here. Bottom line is Yankees led by 4 runs going into the bottom of the ninth. They lost because of Devin fucking Williams. That's the problem. They did threaten again in the third inning. Second and third with 2 outs for Volpe. He struck out. He was up 3-0 in the count, which makes it especially painful to watch. He had a tough day. Volpe was 1 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. He is hitting 197. Not good. We had a great comment last night that I wish I had thought of, where someone said they wanted Volpe to take Goldschmidt's approach at the plate. Do that and good things will happen. Contact, hit them where they ain't, situational hitting, and hustle. I mean, if Volpe did that, he'd be one of the best players in the league. I'm confident of that. But swinging out of his heels. The bat to me in Volpe's hand. Have you ever seen those things in Scotland where they try and move these gigantic, they're like tree trunk sized logs and they try and throw them? That's what it looks like Volpe trying to swing and hit a fastball right now. Bat looks too big. Yankees loaded the bases again in the fourth inning. Rice got drilled for the second time. He had to leave the game. They said that it was a contusion. Nothing broken. He had x-rays. I've been hitting that exact same spot before. I got hit there by about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball one time. This Venezuelan guy came up and in, and I was trying to get out of the way, and I stuck my arm up, and it got me right there, and my fist closed. It hits the nerve so much that my fist became clenched, and I couldn't really open it and keep it open for hours. But ultimately, it was just a bruise, and it felt fine in a day or two, and hopefully that's where Rice is at. We had a 2-run single for Judge down the right field line to make it 5-1. Sac fly for Wells to make it 6-1. Another productive out from the Yankees. Again, finding ways to score without a ton of home runs. Good sign that they're playing strong team baseball, but you have got to start pitching better. Carrasco gave up 3 runs back in the fourth. And then with him visibly running out of gas, the Yankees sent him back out there for the 5th inning. Extremely surprising decision, but shouldn't shock me coming from Aaron Boone.
It's all right there in front of us.
And he immediately served up a double over the head of Dominguez. Dominguez probably should have caught it, but it was hit hard. Fantastic play by Jazz Chisholm to snare a line drive that probably would have scored a run. Threw the ball away, but no harm, no foul on that one. Terrific play from Trent Grisham running down a ball in center field, kind of into the gap. That saved a couple of runs. Really nice job out of the pen today by Hamilton, Mark Leiter, and Luke Weaver. And then it all comes down to Devin Williams. And I'm telling you guys, the body language, the pitch selection, just the way he deals with adversity, he stinks. He stinks. I'm over him. I'm done with Devin. I'm not usually one to give up on guys that quick. But I think you got to take him out of the closer role before this becomes too big of a problem. He's a guy who, he basically cried to Brian Cashman that he wasn't going to play or wasn't going to pitch if he didn't get to keep his beard. We know that's what happened, and that's why things changed. He was bitching about it. That screams to me a guy who is super not confident. And when things start to go wrong, he just melts down. We had another RBI from Judge later in the game. He's on pace for 193 this year. That's unbelievable. We had the hustle infield single from Goldschmidt in the ninth inning that made it 8-4. But then, Williams couldn't hold it. And then, after a Grisham knock in the top of the 10th, you thought, well, maybe the Yankees will put up a crooked number here in the 10th. But they stink in extra innings. They just always find a way to blow it. They couldn't score. And then Devin Williams with the meltdown. Alex says they have to demote Williams. Weaver is the stone cold killer on the mound. I agree. You got to have more mental toughness out there than Williams has. We're only a month into the season. Not even a month into the season. It's 21 or 3 weeks into the season. How many meltdowns has this guy had? He's got a 9 ERA as a closer. You just can't put up with that. And, what's funny is this offseason we said, well, we're going to be X games better just because we're not going to have so many frickin' meltdowns in the ninth inning. Well, guess what, baby? Meltdowns are back on the menu. Let's talk about Carlos Carrasco.
Pitcher spotlight.
Another beauty from him. First couple innings, I thought he looked okay. Changeup was good. He was commanding the ball. You thought maybe he's going to put together another good one, but the Rays wore him down. They were taking pitches. They were fouling off his best stuff because his best stuff isn't that good anymore. It's not swing and miss stuff. He only had 2 whiffs today out of 75 pitches. He only threw 38 strikes. That's barely over 50%. Rays got 1 run in the 3rd, and then they got 3 more in the 4th. And I was honestly just shocked that they left him in there for the 5th inning. Now, the Rays didn't end up scoring, but why even try? I mean, I get that the bullpen's a little bit overworked, okay, and he was only at 70-some-odd pitches, but he was visibly beat in the 4th inning. ERA on the season now, 6.53. So we're going to take a look real quick at some minor league options because it doesn't look like a trade is coming. Ben Hess off to a really good start in high A, 9 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, no runs. Tough to pitch much better than that. I read an article the other day that said he's way ahead of schedule. If I'm the Yankees, his next start would be in Double A. And people keep texting me during the show about the Yankees. It's like, do you not see that I'm on the do you not realize that I'm on the show immediately? I got to turn on Do Not Disturb. I always forget to do it. But Bryce Cunningham, he got a little bit roughed up in his second outing. 11 innings, 13 strikeouts, but a 5.73 ERA. Still good stuff. Cam Schlittler, off to a good start in Double A. He's had 3 appearances, 15 innings, 3 runs. That's a 1.80 ERA and a 1 whip. Zach Messenger at Triple A has made 3 starts. He's got a 4.63 ERA, 11 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts. So you like see him turn it up a little bit. And then Eric Reiselman, a relief pitcher, 5 games in relief, 2.70 ERA, 6 2/3 innings, and 10 strikeouts. So not a starting pitcher. He is a relief pitcher. I included him because we're going to need some arms after this. So let's take a look at the hitters. So George Lombard Jr., off to a really good start at high A, 13 for 39. That is a 333 average. Got 1 home run. He's got 7 stolen bases and a 987 OPS. If he keeps this up for another few weeks, he's going to be in Double A. And then Spencer Jones. He had a big week with the power, but he's still 12 for 47. That's 255. Does have 5 home runs, so almost half of his hits have gone for the distance. Go the distance. 10 RBIs and 17 strikeouts so far. Roderick Arias off to a slow start, 8 for 48. That's a 167 average. Does have a 322 on base percentage because he does draw walks, 5 stolen bases. And Everson Pereira off to a decent start in AAA. 268 average, but 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 790 OPS. So you hope that maybe 1 or 2 of these guys makes it. Right now, it's looking like George Lombard Jr. is the real deal, and you don't want to deal him. All right, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsor, Harry's, and then we'll be back with kind of an extended audience reaction section today because I can tell that you guys are pretty hot under the collar. In sports, the difference between winning and losing is often razor thin, and it's great to have an edge. And that's what you get with Harry's Razors, the sponsor for today's episode. You might notice my beard is gone. I did that because I wanted to test out this razor that they sent me. I don't like to pitch things unless I try them myself. And I gotta say, I am very impressed with Harry's Razors. It comes with 5 blades. These are German engineered. They are extremely sharp. I shaved 2 days ago and my face still feels very smooth. I got the trial set. I really enjoy the weighted handle. It gives me like a nice feeling of control over the razor. I don't have to worry about cutting myself. Their trial set is $13, but using our exclusive link and code, you can get it for just $3. Go to harrys.com/stripe and you can get this trial set for $3 instead of $13. harrys.com/stripe. All right. Franklin Lopez says the Yankees since last year can't bring in the Manfred runner, and Michael Kay should stop protecting Williams. This dude ain't working out. Appreciate the chat. Yeah, he's been awful. Wayne Wilcox wants to trade Williams for a legit starter. Right now, you'd be selling low. I mean, who's going to trade for a closer with a 9 ERA? And the last time he pitched in the playoffs, he blew the game. So he's got to start pitching better. I mean, that's just bottom line. I agree with the people that are saying put Luke Weaver in at the closer spot right now. I mean, Luke Weaver has that experience with the Yankees. He's done a great job with it in the past. You can use him for 2 innings for the 6-out save if you need to. I say go for it. Jesse says Cardiac Clay has been replaced by Woeful Williams. And what has this guy done to earn the closer role? I think Weaver earned it last year. Now, obviously, he's been one of the best relief pitchers in baseball over the last several years. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to do it in New York. We've seen plenty of guys with great stats elsewhere get to New York and then go belly up. Francis Healy says, at least we got Max Fried tomorrow. Yankees will try and take 3 out of 4. I like their chances to take 3 out of 4. That was what we said could happen for this series. But, man, I was hoping for the sweep. Once we were leading 6-1, I was feeling good about it. 8-4 in the 9th. Got to feel good about that. Meltdowns happen, and they're always painful. Book says, are they going to let Williams blow 12 saves until he figures it out? They did that with Clay Holmes last year. And Kiku says, Williams is a loser. Weaver is the real closer. So it seems like the consensus is building that Yankees fans are just over this guy. I mean, he's not reliable. That's what you need out of a closer. You need somebody who's reliable, who's got that killer instinct. I don't see it. And I think he's got a similar problem to what we saw with Clay Holmes, which is that he hits too many bats and he puts too many runners on base. Again, with a walk. You really got to have somebody who throws strikes. Weaver today, an inning, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 0 ERA on the season, 0.64 whip. Williams this year, 9 ERA, 2.25 whip. He's allowing 2.25 base runners per inning. How does that even happen? Awful. David Starr says Williams sucks, period. That seems to be the consensus. Barry the Chopper says trade Jones for Pablo Lopez. You know, the Twins not off to the greatest start. You know, we might as well look at the standings real quick. It was a crazy day in baseball, too. Yankees still lead the American League East at 13-8 through the first 21. Blue Jays hanging tough. A game back. Red Sox game and a half back. They walked off today. Orioles 9-11 and Rays 9-12. Tigers 13-8 and Rangers 13-8. 3-way tie for the best record in the American League. Guardians hanging in there. Royals 8-14. They're off to a tough start. Twins 7-13. Maybe they will deal Lopez. White Sox 4-16. I can't imagine they have anybody worth trading for right now. So we go to the NL or the AL West. Rangers, Angels actually off to a good start. 10-9. Mariners 11-10. Astros 9-10 and Athletics 9-11. Mets off to a good start. They are 14-7. Phillies 13-8. Marlins and Nationals both 8-12. Braves 6-13. So we go to the NL Central. Cubs up by a game and a half over the Brewers at 14-9. Brewers 11-9. So Cubs have played 3 more games, won them all. Reds 10-11. Guardians 9-12, and then the Pirates 8-14. And then out in the West, we called it the NL Best. Pirates 15-5, Dodgers 15-7. They lost today. Yamamoto, I watched him the other night. He looks unbelievable. And then the Rockies 3-16. Are you kidding me? Awful. D-backs 12-9 hanging in there. So, you know, that's where we stand. So the Yankees at least still in first place and a chance to take 3 out of 4 tomorrow on Easter. I want to wish all of you a happy Easter. I will be on. Frankie's going to have the day off, though, so I'll have to do a little bit more work behind the scenes. But you guys have a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, hunting those Easter eggs and all that stuff. And hopefully we'll come back tomorrow and take the series 3 out of 4. I'll see you then.
Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.